In this video, we will learn another form of transformation, which is reflection. And in question number 1 through 6, we're asked to graph the image using the transformation given. So in number 1, we're supposed to reflect across y equals -2. So they might actually give me or describe what the transformation is, or they might give me the rule. And the rule is going to be small r, so lowercase r for reflection, and inside the parentheses they will say y equals -2, which means that there's going to be a reflection over the line y equals -2. So the first thing I need to do is actually sketch y equals -2. So that's 1, 2. So that's my line of reflection. LEZQ is my pre-image, which is the original. And the reflection is going to be the following. So I is on the line of the reflection, so it's going to stay as it is. E is one step away from the line of reflection, so I go one step further. That's going to be E prime. Z is going to be 3 steps away from the line of reflection, so I continue 3 steps further. So that's Z prime. And Q is 2 steps away, so I move 2 steps, and that's going to be my Q prime. And now I need to connect those. So I prime, E prime, Z prime, Q prime, and then back to I prime. So that's the reflection of my pre-image, and we call it the image. Now in this case, do you think the transformation is rigid or non-rigid? Does the transformation look the same? The answer is yes. Did it change size? No. So it has the same shape and size. Same shape and size. The only thing that changed is the position. So this is a rigid transformation. So every time there is a reflection of any kind, it means that this is going to be a rigid transformation. So remember, lowercase r represents reflection. Capital R represents rotation. So it's a different thing. So make sure that you always represent the rule by lowercase r. Now go ahead and do number 2 on your own. So go ahead and pause the video after I explain what you need to do. Reflection across the x-axis, that means that the rule is r. And the x-axis is this line, which has an equation of y equals 0. So the x-axis is y equals 0, and that's the equation that you put inside the parentheses. So now pause the video and try this problem on your own. Now W is 1, 2, 3, 4, so I continue 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you can see, reflection is the mirror image of any graph. And M is going to be here, D is going to be here, and A is going to be here. So remember, that's going to be A prime, D prime, W prime, and M prime. So an image is represented by the prime. Okay, so that's the graph. Now let's move on to number 3. Now reflection across y equals -x. Now the y equals -x is a decreasing line that has the origin. It starts at the origin, or has the origin as one of its points, and then it goes, the slope is 1, so it goes up 1 and over 1. So every time they tell you y equals -x, the line does not change. So you start with the origin, go up 1 over 1. So that's the line. So let's go ahead and connect those points. There you go. So every time I want to reflect across y equals -x, it means I try to find like the reflection across this line. So if this is A, then A prime is going to be somewhere over here. So it's reflection across this line. So this is not a very reliable method because I can be counting and maybe I put the point like maybe it might be off by 1. So I need a more reliable method to figure out where the image is going to be, especially if the line is slanted like this. In number 1 and 2, I just simply counted because the line was horizontal, so it's easy to count how many spaces from the pre-image to the line of reflection. Even if the line is vertical, it's easy to count. But in this case, it is slanted, so I need a more reliable method. I'm going to start by writing down all of the coordinates of the points. So A is going to be 3, -1. So go ahead and pause the video and find the coordinates of S, T, and J. So these are the coordinates of A, S, T, J. And if I want to find the reflection across this line, so if I want to write down the rule, so this would be the rule, that means I'm switching X and Y, I'm flipping them, and I'm taking the opposite. So for example, A prime in this case is going to, I need to flip those two and make them opposite. So instead of -1, I put 1. Instead of 3, I put -3. So see what I'm doing? I'm flipping them and I'm taking the opposite of those. So that's what y equals -x mean. So I'm gonna try S, and then I would like you to do T and J on your own. So 4 and 2, so that's S prime. So if I flip them and take the opposite, that's gonna be -2 and -4. So pause the video and find T prime and J prime. So if I wanna flip the coordinates of T, then that's gonna be 2 and -5. And here it is 3 and -4. So now it is a more reliable method instead of just counting, especially with a slanted line. So 1, -3 is going to be there. That's going to be my A prime. S prime is -2, -4. And then I have T prime, which is 2, -5. T prime. And then J prime is 3, -4. That's J prime. And I can just simply connect them. And that's going to be the image. Now let's move on to number 4. I would like you to pause the video and try it. So y equals -1 is going to be this line. So go ahead and reflect across this line. Okay, let's go ahead and try. So the W is 1, 2, 3, 4 steps away. So I continue 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be my W prime. Now the L is going to be 1 step away from the line of reflection. So I continue 1 step away. So that's going to be L prime. Now I, 1, 2, 3. So I continue 1, 2, 3. So that's I prime. And B is 2 steps away, so I continue 2 steps away. So here it might be confusing for some because like it's overlapping with something else, but it will work if you just count how many steps and you go continue. So I is like 3 steps away, so you continue 3 steps. B is 2 steps away, so you continue 2 steps. So I hope it's not confusing for some. And let's go ahead and connect. And that would be my image. Okay, so that's the reflection across y equals -1. Now go ahead and pause the video for number 5. Now remember x equals -3 is going to be a vertical line. So r and x equals -3. So go ahead and reflect across this line. So let's see, now we're counting sideways. So W, that's 1 step away, so I continue 1 step. W prime, S is 1 step, so you continue 1 step. I is 2 steps, so you continue 2 steps. And P is 1 step, so you continue 1 step. So what I mean is like P is 1 step from the line of reflection, so you continue 1 step. I is 1, 2, so 1, 2. S is 1, so 1. W is 1, so 1. Now let's go ahead and connect them. So that's going to be my image. So far I was able to count. It's easy to count because these are vertical and horizontal lines. The moment it becomes slanted, it's better for me to use a rule. So if it's y equals negative x, remember you flip the numbers and you do the opposite. Now let's do number 6. So the reflection is across y equals x. So reflection, and in parentheses y equals x. And those are going to be the points. So let's go ahead and continue. Okay, so again, I don't want to do this because it's not very reliable. So I'm going to take the points and write down the coordinates of those points. So I'm going to write H, Q, P, and L and write down the coordinates of each one of them. So go ahead and pause the video and write the coordinates of each one. Okay, so these are the coordinates of H, Q, P, and L. If I'm applying the transformation y equals x, that means I am just simply flipping the y and x. I am not taking the opposite, I'm just flipping the numbers as they are. So if h is negative 2, 3, then h prime is going to be 3, negative 2. If q is negative 2, 1, then q prime is going to be 1, negative 2. So simply I'm just flipping the x and the y. Go ahead, pause the video and try P and L on your own. So P prime is going to be negative 2, negative 3, and L prime is going to be 2, 0. Now let's plot them and see if this makes sense. So 3, negative 2, so that's H prime, and Q prime is 1, negative 2. P prime is negative 2, negative 3. So that's going to be your P prime. And L prime is going to be 2, 0. And I'm going to connect them. Okay. So if I want to check if this is reasonable, you see how like they look that they are symmetrical with respect to the line of reflection y equals x. So then in this case, this is how I can check if my work is reasonable or not. So I hope that this was helpful. The front page, basically, they give me a pre-image and a rule for the reflection, and I'm supposed to draw the image. The next page, they gave me the reflections, and now I need to come up with the rule. So go ahead, think about 7 and 8, and then pause the video, and then we'll do them together. Now, for me to be able to know this, I try to look at the image and the pre-image and find like halfway between them. So if I look at J and J prime, so this looks like it's halfway between them. And let's see if it works for everything. So F is 1 step away, F prime as well. K is 3 steps away, K prime as well. J is 1 step away, V is 2 steps away, and that is it too. So that's a horizontal line of y equals 2. So then the rule is going to be a reflection of y equals 2. Now let's move on to 8. This definitely looked like a slanted one, and I see it is this line in the middle. So that is the y equals negative x. Because you see how the part of the blue and the part of the black all on the same line. So that is the point or the line of reflection. So the rule is going to be r y equals negative x. And you see how w prime and w seem to be like symmetrical with respect to this line. T prime and t the same way. D, they coincide on the same line, which makes sense. Now go ahead and try 9, 10, 11, and 12 on your own. Okay, let's go ahead and start on number 9. It looks like the x-axis is the line of reflection because everything else is symmetrical. So I'm going to write r, and then remember the x-axis is y equals 0. Which I need to tell you that the y-axis is the x equals 0 line. So keep that in mind if anything is reflected across the y-axis. Let's move on to 10. It looks like it's a vertical line. it is right there in the middle. Okay, so remember guys that if the blue and the black they meet, then that means they meet on the line of reflection. They meet on the line of reflection. So that's how I know that this is the line. And you see how it's halfway between the image and the pre-image, and that's x equals -3. So r x equals -3. Now let's move on to number 11. Here it looks like it's the y-axis, like we said earlier, that could be a possibility. So you see how everything is reflected across the y-axis. It is halfway between them. So then r, and we said that the equation of the y-axis is going to be x equals 0. So that's the rule. Now let's move on to number 12. Here it looks like it is a slanted line, which is the y equals x line. Now let's see if this makes sense. It does look like it is symmetrical. Okay, it is a slanted, so that's your y equals x, so r y equals x. I hope that this video was helpful. Make sure that you work on the homework for extra practice.